The Lakers have one open roster spot and are currently looking at options to fill that spot. Seeing their process so far, it is a little worrisome where this team is headed. Obviously, the Lakers have underachieved so far this season, so we're all looking for ways this team can get better. One of those ways is by adding more talent. The most straightforward way to do that is to use this last roster spot and sign a free agent. The Lakers have already started that process by bringing in free agents to work out. So far, they have worked out, or plan to work out, Demarcus Cousins, Cody Zeller, Tyler Dorsey, Leonard, and Sterling Brown, who they actually already signed to a 10-day contract. The biggest name here is Demarcus Cousins, former All-Star and former Laker. So he's familiar with the team, and he played with AD in New Orleans. Not a bad pickup if you need some more offense around the post and in the paint area. Cody Zeller is another solid, okay center. Leonard is a good three-point shooter, but he had some off-the-court issues, making anti-semitic statements. I don't think his game is good enough to be worth dealing with all that extra baggage. But the main problem with all these guys is they're all centers. Now, I understand that maybe you want to alleviate Anthony Davis of his center duties when he returns, but Thomas Bryant has stepped up in a big way during AD's absence. He's proven that he can be a reliable starting center. You also got Wenyen Gabriel, who brings the energy and effort. You even have Damian Jones if you need. Although he hasn't shown he's reliable and hasn't been able to crack the rotation, but even LeBron can play some center. If you got Thomas Bryant and Wenyen Gabriel playing the bulk of the minutes at center, and AD stepping in when necessary, that's a very solid center rotation. You don't need to use this last roster spot to get another center. The other guy they worked out, Tyler Dorsey, is another guard, another player under 6'5". Yeah, the Lakers don't need that. They have plenty of undersized guards. The Lakers need to use this last roster spot wisely and get a player that addresses their biggest needs, and that is size on the perimeter, aka a wing, and shooting. Ideally, they kill two birds with one stone and get someone that does both. But the Lakers have yet to work out any wings. That doesn't mean that they won't, but that should have been their priority. That's who they should have worked out first. They should be working out guys like Mo Harkless, Josh Jackson, James Ennis, Tony Snell. They should take a chance on a guy like Rodney Hood, who's coming out of injury, but prior to that had been a good shooter. Now, these aren't the sexiest names, but all the good players have already been signed. So you gotta get the players that will best fit with your team and addresses your biggest needs. I'm not even saying you have to sign these guys, but do your due diligence. Work these guys out and see what they can potentially bring to the team. Now, the Lakers may choose not to sign anybody with that last roster spot. They may need it for a trade if they're bringing in an extra player. For example, if they trade Russell Westbrook, they're likely going to get two players back to match Westbrook's contract because it's so expensive. That extra roster spot will then be filled once the trade is completed. So those are their options in filling the last roster spot. The Lakers have very few ways to improve the team. The trade route hasn't looked promising so far, and that requires cooperation from other teams. So signing a free agent may be their best option. They need to be very careful with the moves that they make, and they have to get every single one of them right if they want to contend for a championship.